All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty wild, a method people claim helps them score these incredible wins. And we're not talking about luck here. We're talking about a very specific state of mind. So let's get into it. This mindset that says you can literally make your own luck.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Can you think your way to winning the lottery? I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, right? It goes against everything we've ever been taught about chance, about probability. But here's the thing. If you dig around online, in forums, in comment sections, you'll find thousands of people who swear it's not only possible, but that they've actually done it. So what we're about to go through is their method, pieced together from all those personal stories.
And if you have thousands of people all claiming the same thing, it makes you stop and ask a pretty big question. Is there actually a way to win that has nothing to do with luck at all?
The system they all talk about at its very core is something they call the already won method. So let's break down exactly what that means and how they say it works. The whole thing is built on this one single foundation, the law of assumption. And the idea is pretty simple, but powerful. It says your imagination is what actually creates your reality. So if you want to change your life, you don't just hope for it, you have to actually assume the feeling of your wish already being a done deal.
And that's really the key difference. See, on one side, you've got hoping, which, let's be honest, is usually filled with anxiety, a ton of doubt, and you're looking for signs outside of yourself. But on the other side, you've got knowing. And that's a state of total calm, absolute certainty. It's an internal focus. Like one person put it, I didn't need luck, it was absolutely going to happen. That's the vibe.
So how do they actually do it? Well, when you look at all these stories, a pretty clear pattern emerges. It boils down to a three-step process. First, you visualize the end result. See it clearly. Step 2, and this is the most important part, you have to feel the emotions of having it right now. Joy, relief, excitement, whatever it is. And then, step 3, you let go. You detach. Why? Because in your mind, it's already yours. There's nothing to stress about.
Okay, theory is one thing, but now let's get to the part that really makes you lean in, the stories. We're talking a massive flood of success stories that these communities share, from tiny wins to things that are genuinely life-altering.
Let's start small. A plush toy from an online giveaway. This person just felt confident they were going to win and bam, they did. Yeah, it's a small thing, but for them, it was that first little piece of proof. It worked. Okay, next up, a $25 gift card for frozen yogurt. But listen to the insight this person had, because it's perfect. They said, it's easy to be patient for something you already have. That just nails the feeling of certainty we were talking about, doesn't it? And this is where the stakes start to get way higher. We're not talking about gift cards anymore. Look at this. Winning the New York City housing lottery. A luxury apartment in the heart of one of the most competitive, craziest real estate markets on the planet.
All right, what about cold hard cash? Or at least the equivalent. Take a look at this number, £90,000. So that number, that was a car competition. The winner took the cash instead. But notice the key phrase here. It's so important. I always told people I would win it. They were making these public declarations, just stating it as a fact, long before the win actually happened. And if you thought that was impressive, it doesn't stop. Let's look at an even more staggering figure, $3.5 million. This story is about a guy who wins so consistently in Vegas that he literally has to rotate which casinos he goes to. This isn't a one-off fluke. For him, it's a repeatable skill. He says he gets a vibe that guides him, which suggests it's a kind of intuition he's completely mastered.
So you have this huge foundation of stories, all pointing to the same thing. And it all seems to culminate in this one individual who decided to take this idea to its most extreme, logical conclusion. What if you didn't just want to win a prize here or there? What if your goal was to prove on a global stage that you could actually bend reality to your will? Well, there's a figure known online as the 777 Prophet, and that is his exact mission. His plan? To
absolutely shatter every soccer record known to man by scoring over 51,000 goals in just 4 years. I mean, the scale of that is it's almost hard to wrap your head around. It's designed to be so impossible that if he does it, it's undeniable proof.
So how on earth does he believe he can pull that off? It all comes down to this one quote. This is his entire philosophy. He says, "I don't score goals. I remember them." For him, every single one of those goals is already a done deal in his imagination. The physical game, that's just the world catching up to what he already knows is true. He's not creating a future. He's just remembering it.
That level of belief, that certainty, it just feels superhuman. Which brings up the most important question of all. How do you build that kind of unshakable confidence? Well, the community has a pretty fascinating analogy for it. It's called the Greek boxer's nail. As the story goes, there was this ancient boxer whose father made him do this one specific, difficult, secret task every single day. The task itself wasn't the point. The point was that the boxer knew, deep down in his bones, that nobody else on earth was putting in that same secret work. It became his unbreakable source of confidence, his secret weapon. So what's the prophet's nail? What's his secret discipline? Well, for him, it's three things. Yeah, there's the extreme physical training and the meticulous analysis of techniques, but his main source of certainty is a personal archive he's built of over 50,000 success stories. It's his own private library, proving to himself over and over again that this principle works. And that really brings us to the final thought. Every source we've looked at today, from the small wins to the grand plans, they all point back to this one core idea: that reality is nothing more than a mirror, reflecting your deepest assumptions back at you. So if we accept that idea, just for a second, what does your reflection show you?